Today I'm going to be showing you how I was able to achieve these mystic braids. They are a combination of a butterfly lock, a passion twist, and a braid. So I'm going to start out by pre-sectioning all of my hair, and I'm going to be using the Carol's Daughters oil blend along with water to help me work my way through my hair and pre-section it with just my fingers. If you've seen my previous detangling video, you know I do not go for perfect parting, so it doesn't matter that my sections look really rough right now because by the end of the hairstyle, it's going to all blend in. So this took me about 5 hours, and now it's the next day, and I'm going to be using the Remi water wave hair in 20 inches and the Remi passion twist hair in 22 inches. It was not intentional that they were those two different sizes, but it ended up just adding to that overall boho carefree vibe of the hairstyle, so I'm not mad about it. So now I am taking one of the passion twist strands. I am not pulling it apart, and I'm anchoring it to the base of my twist the same way you would if you were doing any braid with added hair. You just want to make sure that you have 3 separate strands. So now I am going to start to fold over one of the twists as if I were doing a braid, but instead of continuing a braid, I'm going to throw that hair strand over my other hand like you're wrapping a dreadlock. And I'm going to do that about 3 or 4 times fairly firmly so that I can get a good foundation at the base of this twist, braid, lock, whatever you want to call it. So now that I've wrapped it a few times, I'm going to transition into braiding it a few times, and this is really the main technique of this hairstyle. You wrap for a few times, then you braid for a few times, then you wrap again for a few times, back and forth. When the passion twist strand eventually becomes too short to continue to braid with, now it's time to add in the water wave hair. So I'm going to fold it in here and add it to our 3 existing strands and just continue to braid it in, and then follow that up again with the alternating wrapping and braiding technique. The thing that I love about this hairstyle is that it's extremely forgiving, which makes it great for beginners because I found that messing up more and being more sloppy with my technique actually made the end result look better because it again added to that messy vibe. So I continued the alternating wrapping and braiding technique all the way down the length of my natural hair, and then once I got to the end of the hair, I started to twist. So let me show you again what the overall technique looks like here. I'm again anchoring the passion twist to the base of my twist, but just to cause a little bit of mayhem and see how much messing up I could get away with, I chose to wrap with the shorter end of the strand. And the only difference really was that I just had to incorporate the water wave hair a lot sooner since I didn't have that, 3rd strand anymore to continue to braid with. But other than that, I didn't even notice any issues there. So now I'm just continuing again to do the alternating braiding and wrapping technique throughout the length of my hair again. Please feel free to ask any questions in the comment section below, and I would be more than happy to try to answer them to the best of my ability or even do a follow-up video to explain any concept further. Once I embraced the complete chaos of this hairstyle, I stopped caring about even making sure that the length of strands that I was incorporating was long enough. So for example, here I have this extra 2 to 3 inches of the water wave hair that I could continue to braid in, but instead I'm going to leave that little section out, and it's going to add to the overall hairstyle because it's going to just add more of those curls and tendrils to make the hairstyle again look more boho. It wasn't an intentional hair strand, it was just a completely natural one that I came across. And once I get to the end, I'm gonna go ahead and twist it up, and I'm not even gonna twist all the way to the ends because I don't even think it matters. The passion twist and the water wave hair are both so prone to tangling that they don't seem to really unravel. And here is the end result with it looking all messy and cute. So now it's the next day, and people oftentimes ask me how I braid the hair in the back, and here's how I do it. I just push my head forward like the creepy little girl from the movie The Ring, and I just try to bring those braids as close to my eyes as I possibly can in order to reach it way easier. So again, trying to mess up this hairstyle, I decided to wrap very tightly around this middle section here. I just wanted to see what would happen and whether or not it would blend in with the rest of the hair. And here was the end result. I had this one really rigid section here and I liked it. And now finally we are done after 3 long days of working on my hair. Thank you, Jesus. So I'm gonna be adding in some gold accessories now, which is my favorite part. And this is the final result. I absolutely love it. I love how it really is hard to tell if they're dreadlocks, twists, passion twists. You don't really know. And even though it was a tedious 3-day journey, I wouldn't say that the technique itself was difficult at all to do once you get the hang of it. Here, I wanted to do one final experiment for you guys. Instead of starting off with wrapping the hair at the base, I decided to braid it at the base to provide an alternative for anyone who may have issues with wrapping it. And I still thought it looked really cute. So I don't think you'll have to worry about that. So that is it for today. I'll see you next week.